How did she win? How did she win her season? I just don't get it right now. You know, this is about ranks up to when JT gave his hidden immunity idol to Russell Hanson, Heroes versus Villains. I mean, it's not quite as bad of a move, but on a caliber of a level of these players, you would think that they would know better. But yeah, it's up there. Yeah, it's a contender for the dumbest move of the season so far. Welcome, guys, to my Survivor Winners at War vlog. This is episode 2, covering everything that happened during episode 2 of Survivor Winners at War. And a lot happened. We had some pretty funny moments, some surprising moments, and a lot of shocking revelations up to and through Tribal Council. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's start off with the obvious one. So the episode pretty much starts off, Boston Rob waking up in the morning and receiving a second fire token. And so, automatically his assumption is no one on that tribe would give me a second fire token except Amber. So, that's his assumption right there. Amber got voted out. Even though he doesn't know that for sure, that's just, gut feeling right there. They got Amber. Oh, okay, so that's what's going on over at the blue tribe now. Over at the red tribe, sorry. There's more that happened at the blue tribe. Denise and Ben getting together and going out and looking for a hidden immunity idol, and one's found. Hidden immunity idol's found, and it's an idol with a unique rule set. So basically, it's an idol with 2 halves to it, and one half has to go to the player that found it, and the other half has to go to a different player. And in order for the idol to be used properly, both players must willingly give their idol to the person that they're going to be using it for. So they've done it before like that, but when you're doing an all winners season, that's gonna be harder to pull off. You got to make sure that you're doing it with the right person here. So, Denise and Ben, they find one, and right away there's already a discussion between them. Who should get it? Who should get the other half? Because Denise owns one half. Who should get the other half? Logically you would think, give it to Ben. He helped you find it. But even Ben was, throwing out, different names out there, like Adam for one thing. He threw out Adam. So the original consensus was, Denise give it to Adam. That's a logical conclusion to come to as well. Denise and Adam, very first Tribal Council, were the topic of it, so why not go that route? So Denise has to sit down with Adam, and they're talking about it, and then for some reason Denise says, "Why don't I give it to Parvati?" What? I mean, why would you even consider that? That's dumb. And, Adam is able to convince her of the utter stupidity of that option.
Mommy,
damn it! Oh, might as well reveal it now. I was hoping to do a separate video of this, but my wife comes in with it. Yeah, everyone, say a little whippet.
Our new puppy.
We just got this puppy a couple days ago. She is a half border collie, half golden retriever.
And she's very active and likes to bite.
Yeah, she's a biter. She's a biter. Okay, there, we gotta bite her. We gotta bite her. Yeah.
Mommy, get me.
We got this little one for this little one. Now we wanted to give Mayla a companion that she can grow up with.
Mommy, I dropped the phone.
No, you didn't drop it.
You pushed it.
Yeah.
I have it on camera. People, you saw that she pushed the phone off the carrier. I got it. So yeah, this is this little girl right here. We called her. Her name is Whippet. I was hoping not to show her. Yeah, I wanted to do a separate video with her.
Then I had to ruin the surprise.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun,
Right.
dun.
I mean, it's not like I can just edit this out and you can leave the room or whatnot.
I'm gonna leave the room.
Mommy, help us to cook it up.
So anyway, continuing on with the discussion. So Adam's able to convince Denise not to give the other half of the immunity idol to Parvati. I mean, I don't know why you would need convincing of that anyway. It's Parvati. Who wants to give her that much power? So now we move on to the Red Camp. And going back to that topic of the hidden immunity idol, the one over at their camp is found by Kim. And so, logically, given the events of the last tribal council, logically you would think that Kim would, go to either Tyson or Tony, the two people that were on the outs with her. Nope. She goes to Sophie. I have this half of the idol. I'm going to give you the other half, hoping that maybe you'll give me the other half when I need it. Why would you do that? Sophie was not in your alliance. She voted Amber out. Why would you do that? Oh boy. So now back at Edge of Extinction, Amber's there now with Natalie. They're giving another pretty much just saying here's the clue to the next advantage and all that. They cleverly hid this one though. They cleverly hid it. For they made the first word, they made the first letter of every line of the clue spell out where it was, and it spelled out water well. They don't see this right away, Amber and Natalie. They don't see it right away, so they're looking all around this island, and they come up with nothing. Later, Natalie decides, you know what? I'm gonna go check the water well. Opens it up. Sure enough, there it is. And what it is, it's called the safety without power advantage. And she sold it to Jeremy. And basically what it is that it gives Jeremy the ability to leave a tribal council whenever he wants to. He doesn't cast a vote. He doesn't get voted out. But yeah, he's allowed to leave tribal council before the votes are cast and not be voted out. So it's a pretty nifty little tool right there, I think. And meanwhile,
Hey, you stop, yeah. Stop that right now. You stop that right now.
I mean,
now back at the Red Tribe, something that's not really game related, but you know what? Why not? I'll throw it out there. Tony decides to build himself a makeshift ladder out of bamboo and twine, so he can climb up to a tree and gather some papaya for the tribe. You could tell that Tony's trying to play a much different game this time around. He's trying to play the not so in your face kind of player. He doesn't want to just go out and do things that will get him into trouble and put a target on his back. He's actually trying to play a social game for once. How'd that work out? How that work out? Not sure, but Anyway,
Nice.
he nothing actually happens there. He climbs the tree, gets some papaya. Tyson makes some witty, hilarious remarks. Moving on.
I haven't been close this again.
So, huh?
I was just talking to myself.
Okay. So, immunity challenge time.
Oh, we just did it, and then you want to
Rob, his suspicions get confirmed. Amber's been voted out, and his face is just bloodthirsty. He wants to kill. He is ready to kill. So, the challenge plays out. It involves a puzzle, which Boston Rob's the king of, and his tribe lost.
Whip it.
His tribe lost the puzzle challenge. That doesn't usually happen. So they head back to camp. Now, here comes the painful part, the painful moments. So, Rob, Parvati, and Ethan are sitting on the beach, trying to figure out, who's going to be the better benefit to us going forward, Ben or Jeremy. And now while they're discussing this, Danny, who is, supposed to be in their alliance, is left out of this conversation. And so, here's a free tip for anyone who wants to go out and play Survivor. Who may feel like paranoia might be their biggest weakness and all that. Just remember this as you're playing the game. Just because you're not involved in a conversation doesn't mean the conversation is about you. And for a winner to make that assumption, make that mistake. Yeah. Danny actually felt that the conversation was about voting her out. And so then she goes over to, a little bit later, she splits off and, she meets up with Ben and Ethan, who's in her alliance, and actually just pretty much just straight out tells Ben everything. Tells Ben about the old school alliance between her, Boston Rob, Parvati, and Ethan. And then she just throws out the idea, maybe we should get rid of Parvati because, she's so dangerous, blah, blah, blah. And then she has the even more genius idea. Great genius idea here. To go up to Boston Rob and be like, hey, I want to vote out your strongest ally. Is that cool? Ugh. So now, we got the old schoolers saying we got to get rid of Danny now, and then we got some of the new schoolers saying, you know what? Why don't we go along with Danny's plan and get rid of Parvati? She is a huge threat in the game. So, tribal council. They head there, and everything just gets exposed. Just everything just blows up right there and all that. Ben calling out Rob, Ethan, and Parvati for being over paranoid and scrambling, running around, talking to people. That's the name of the game. It's like, Ben, what are you talking about? Shut up. You only won your season because of idols. You're not great at strategy. Ugh. Oh, I just don't even right now with him. So, Rob's like, all right, you know what? What do you say we just, end the idle paranoia right now? Everyone, open up your bags, pour out your contents. Let's see if anyone has an idol. I want to see if anyone has an idol. So everyone opens up their bags. Denise, very craftily, hides the idol off to the side and inside the palm of her hand while she's holding her bag. She very carefully hides it, so no one saw it. It's there, but no one saw it. And so the vote.
Is your puppy?
And at this point, I don't know who's getting voted out. I don't know if it's Ben, Parvati, Danny. I have no idea. And usually, when I'm watching Survivor, I'm always able to pinpoint who it's going to be. Just based on my knowledge of the game and how voting blocks work and all that. For the longest, for quite a bit of time throughout that tribal council, I honestly thought, at least a slight percentage, it was going to be Parvati. But no, Parvati only got one vote. Danny got the rest. So Danny, let this be a lesson to you, Danny. Just because a conversation does not include you, doesn't mean it's about you. They could be talking about anyway. There's 6 other people that aren't in that conversation. It's just him, Ethan, and Parvati. I can understand it if everyone was there but you, but no, that wasn't the case. You just ruined your own game by being this overly paranoid this quickly. And so yeah, Danny gets voted out, her torch gets snuffed, and before she goes to edge of extinction, gives her fire token to Denise. So yeah, that's it right there. That's the video right there. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week for part 3, and let the craziness resume. Take care. Bye bye.